So yeah, okay, let's get started. The other remarkable thing about today's panel is we have 4 women on the panel. So Jacques, you're alone, but I'll try and support you as much as I can. All right.
Thank you.
It's all about women empowerment at onlywebinars.com.
I love this. This is fantastic.
So Jacques, I'm going to start with you, actually. I'll give you the honor just because you've already authored a book on AI, right? And rightfully, I think this goes to you. So my question is very simple. I've myself been in AI for, let's say, 12, 13 years, and it never really was a big deal, right? AI was AI, and a lot of people were doing it. And then came ChatGPT, I don't know, a couple of months back, and the focus shifted totally from all conversations that were about metaverse, NFTs, Web3, tokenization, DAOs. Suddenly, all the oxygen went from all conversations into something called ChatGPT. And now we are expected to speak GPT.
Do the prompting right.
Please walk us through why this is a big deal.
Yeah, it's fascinating for me because I published it in 2011 and, 2021. So at that point in time, I've captured quite a bit of the hype already. We could see there's a trajectory in the 2010s with specifically, if you think about DeepMind, some of the breakthrough things that they've been doing, AlphaGo, AlphaZero, all these kind of things. And you can sense with reinforcement learning, things are starting to happen and it's kind of building up momentum. And you also see that all these kind of benchmarks out there in terms of natural language processing, in terms of vision, image, you can look at all these kind of benchmarks. We're actually getting some traction with the same kind of models, neural network type of transformer models, and you can steadily see we're actually making breakthroughs. And it was in the last few years, even though it was maybe not, you couldn't see it with ChatGPT, but ChatGPT made it public. So it obviously exposed what this technology can do. But I was even surprised. I actually talk about the future of AI and where we're going with AI, chapter 9 in my book. I actually talk about the AI debate, and we're talking about narrow AI, AGI, super intelligence, all of those kind of things. I think all of the stuff that I've actually projected there, because I've tried to make sense of this, is in fact true, and it holds still until today. But I'm still surprised by what you can actually, just with scale, what you can actually get with lots of data and compute and with scalability. And if you talk about the number of parameters that can capture the information and patterns, I think it's absolutely amazing. And the fact that there's a little bit of emergent behavior, the fact that it can do some reasoning and things, surprised me a bit as well. But that being said, it's still far away from AGI. I know these articles about sparks at AGI, but we are far from that. But it gives me confidence that we can create human-centric type of AI that can speak in a way that's going to change the game of consumer-facing businesses. And I know there's some, I know Joti and there's a few others and there's a lot of businesses actually trying to transform the way humans interact with businesses in terms of products and so forth. So we're going to see a sea of change. It's going to revolutionize things completely. My background history, where we've been applying AI for decades, actually was more in the industrial space. That's why I sold my first AI company to GE. And AI and even traditional machine learning was quite impactful in terms of nonlinear models and increasing throughput, yield, quality. But I think now we see what Amazon and Netflix is doing with recommendation engines and all of those kind of things. But now you're adding this massive generative AI capability, which is just unbelievable, actually. And it fits in nicely with Web3, the creator type of economy that we live in now. So it's going to change the game. I think it's a perfect match. I'm looking forward to the rest of the discussions here. But it's also a dangerous world. My book, I actually talk about there's the ethics, the trustworthy AI. We need to be responsible. Now the tech giants and the open AIs that's working with Microsoft and the Googles, they need to be super responsible, because we know even social media was a social experiment with humanity. And by opening this up, we are in danger of also making similar kind of mistakes. So we need wise heads, we need to be smart, we need to be fast with regulation, and ethics and those kind of things as well. But anyway, I'm sure we're going to
Thanks for those insights, Jacques. We'll address some of those issues in detail, especially ethics, regulation, etc. But we'll come to that just in a bit.